a little bit of backstory of me. I was adopted, lived in Florida, ultimately ended up moving to Texas after Hurricane Katrina, and ever since been in Texas. Now we have traveled, we've been to, when I say we, I mean my family and I have been to, oh gosh, if I can remember, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. We visited Florida.
After moving away from Florida?
No. Like when we were living in Florida, there was several places we went in Florida. Been to Georgia. Been everywhere. Now those were more of summer trips and whatnots and family vacations. Super memorable. And so I kind of want that same lifestyle for my family and my children. And so we were talking the other day about how we wanted certain things in life, and we really didn't know if we were on the same page of where in life she wanted to settle down versus places I wanted to settle down. And so we started talking, and it was really cool, because, which I highly recommend every couple do it, because it inspires both of you. You have more of an understanding on what you both want, and if y'all's dreams are alike, then more power to you, because it's easier to accomplish things when you work together versus being separated. And those tasks and those dreams and the inspirations that you get from certain things, it could be listening to audiobooks of mindsets, it could be to being inspired by watching a YouTuber. I mean, it could be anything. So mine was being a YouTuber, to be honest with you. For the longest time, ever since YouTube was a thing, and as far as I can remember, I thought it was the coolest thing to be a YouTuber. Just be me, put my content out there, make everybody laugh, be entertaining, and I'm glitching. Just give more not necessarily a vlog, but a vlog style kind of vibe in videos, and that way all of you would be able to watch and relate and build this community where y'all would support us and we would try to be there and to support y'all. So that was my goal, and I attempted it a few times, and let me just tell you, probably the first year, I thought I absolutely sucked, and I thought all my videos were trash. They didn't have enough oomph in it, and I was really uncomfortable talking to the camera. I was super embarrassed because certain things I would say, it just didn't come out right, or there's so many things. And again, you yourself, every time you look in the mirror, you think so negatively about yourself. You doubt yourself more than you realize, and you're your worst critic. So I was just constantly doubting myself over and over and over, to a point where I was like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not supposed to be a YouTuber. Maybe I just need to work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life and hope that I save enough money to be able to take my kids every year on a trip, or my wife on a trip, or save as much as we can to the time we retire. Then we can go live our lives the way we want it. But that never settled with me. I always was so anxious and driven to be better than that. And so I tried YouTube a couple of times here and there. And if I could give anybody any advice on how to be a YouTuber, it's, or even a TikTok content creator, or whatever platform you use, the hardest part is knowing that you could take 100 takes making one 30-second video and think every single one of them are bad. The only reason you think they're bad is because you criticize yourself in the video, that you think that you're not good enough. But one of those, out of the 50 to 100 clips you took of that 30-second video, one of those videos was probably the one video that would have went viral or get you a couple hundred subscribers or followers or whatever. And because you didn't post it, you doubted yourself, and therefore it became more of a challenge. And the last thing you don't want to do is,
The last thing you want to do.
or the last thing you want to do is hesitate on just doing it. Don't have this idea and put yourself in this mindset where it's like, yes, I'm gonna do it, and then you do it and you don't do it. And that's where a lot of content creators, I feel, that fail. I was one of them. I did it over and over and over. I probably made 3 or 4 or 5 accounts on YouTube alone. I had multiple Facebook accounts. I had TikTok accounts, and it's all repetition. You got to be consistent. Always be consistent. If you lose the consistency, you're giving yourself that moment of the thoughts to come back in your head. Well, nah, and it sounds brutal, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, I got lazy. And I didn't want to do it. I was like, it'll be all right, and I just wait until the next day, and then the next day turned into the next day, and then the next day turned into a week later, until the point where I realized I haven't made videos in months. So that's it's kind of where I'm at. I am going to start it back up. I am going to start it back up and try to get back out of my comfort zone. And this is her first time ever being in front of the camera, trying to do this. She has a passion for makeup. And what was it that you said you wanted to be in college?
I wanted to be a cosmetologist.
A cosmetology? And like, to me, that's super awesome. Like, how cool would it be to one day, like, have your own little shop where you do all your cosmetology stuff that cosmetologies do. Cosmetologists. And you get that phone call because you made it like more of a business, and you get that phone call where you were a well-known person, and somebody that was going to get married, they called you and said, oh my God, a friend of mine told me to give you contact, or gave me your contact, and to reach out to you. I'm gonna get married today. I hope you're not busy. And just mysteriously, you were not busy, and you took that job, and you outperformed it. You blew her socks. Well, I guess in a wedding you're not wearing socks. Well, whatever it is you're wearing.
Some weddings.
Some weddings. Well,
I wore boots on ours.
Yeah, I guess, okay. Ours was like a southern style. But I mean, and that's cool. Like, things like that takes you places. Like, and then she also thought about being a wedding designer, or what did they call it? No, not that.
Wedding planner.
Yeah, wedding planner. Maybe not like fully. I don't know. We had a million ideas on things that we wanted in life, and we never really actually had a conversation until like last year or the beginning of this year, where we really sat down and were like, look, we both need to be on the same page. I have dreams that I want to chase, and I'm inspired by certain things, and I don't know what it is that you want. And so we really genuinely sat down and talked, and we tried to do our best to listen to each other and actually take the time to hear what one another were actually saying. And I think ever since we did that, it was kind of weird. It was like the world shifted a little bit, because it gave you more clarification. It built that bond between us up a lot, and it motivated us to have the same drive and to push harder to going to the places that we wanted to go. And my place, I don't know if y'all know, Jupiter, Florida. I mean, I've heard from outsiders that Jupiter, Florida used to be like kind of like a in between small town to like a small medium town, and now it's just booming to a big city. So I don't know, maybe Jupiter, Florida is not it. Maybe it's something else. So what about you, babe?
What about me?
What have been some things that we discussed where you were inspired and what you want out of life? Because it was pretty much the same thing that I wanted, but I'm taking a different turn here where...
Well, me personally, I've always wanted to help people. I've always wanted to be inspiring and, I don't know, like,
just to give people...
be somebody that somebody could go to in their time of
need,
discomfort or need, and know that I would be there, in whatever way that they needed.
Yeah.
So I fell into makeup whenever I was a kid because it made me feel pretty. It made me feel out of my skin,
yeah,
but comfortable with myself in my skin. And
so kind of like, and it sounds so bad, but it's like you get that breakup and the first thing a woman wants to do is like dye their hair, cut their hair, and dye their hair, and it gives them that new look, kind of makes them feel like they're a new person.
Yeah.
Like they could start over again.
And with makeup,
yeah.
That's how I feel. I put my makeup on and I feel more confident. I feel less closed off and shy.
Yeah.
Like,
You're beautiful with it or without it. I don't. She knows I don't like the whole face thing. Like, I like you just to be natural. I mean, a little bit of eyeliner, mascara, or whatever. I'm not a makeup person, but
to make the eyes pop. He's okay with the eye pop.
Yeah, but the whole face, like, to me, I just feel like people that walk around and they have to lather themselves to make them look different than what you really are beneath all the pounds of makeup you put all over your face. That's just you being fake. You're trying to be someone that you're not. You're trying to appear to be like someone you're not. And I'm not judging. That's you, and if that's you, then more power to you.
I'm not all about perspective, though. I mean, what you could take it as is something completely different than the reason why they're doing it.
Right. That's why I said I'm not judging. I'm not trying to be rude about it all. I'm just saying, like, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's you. And
I know people that literally do it to express their personality, and that's literally the whole reason they put makeup on every day. Yeah. Is to show their colorfulness.
Yeah. And the talent. I feel like, dang, you did your makeup? What?
Like, whenever I very first started wearing makeup, I would do, like, rainbows and all different kinds of things on my eyes. And
I always thought that was so weird. just seeing people with, like, the bright neon green to the little orange to the purple, and I was like, well, that doesn't... What is that?
But what doesn't make sense to you
makes sense to someone else.
Right.
Yeah. So... Yeah. So, and we even thought about trying to open up a business, make it like a small little business, doing certain things here and there. And one of the inspirations I had was the same one that she had. I'm all about trying to help people. I can tell you times, and if my mother was here, she would vouch for it, but there was times where I literally got lunch money and I felt bad for my teacher because I knew teachers didn't make a lot of money back then, and they still don't, unfortunately. And I tried to give her my lunch money, and she took it and then called my mother, and my mother thought it was really sweet and kind and caring and whatever at that time. And until I got home, then it was a different kind of a or conversation. But I mean, granted, she had to teach me that that was not appropriate. It was not okay. That's for me to have lunch. It wasn't for me to tell my teacher to go buy her something nice. And so I always thought it would be really cool to give back to the community. And so and that kind of tailors to the whole YouTubing. Like, and I'm going to speak it into the universe. I would like to be wealthy in YouTubing, but not for just me, not just for my family, not just because I busted my butt and I got to where I am and then take it for selfish reasons. I would find communities to give back to. I want to, once a year, I want to be able to put like money in a savings and build it up for an entire year. And as y'all are watching the videos and y'all are commenting, I get to know certain people, or maybe not anybody on the channel. Maybe it's people in the outside world where they're struggling, and everybody knows that COVID, it knocked a lot of people and their businesses and all that. But like taking all those savings, or that savings that we made, and for what?
We have a color palette here. It's James Charles, but what color for like my swimming part?
Well, now that you're asking the expert, what do y'all think? Get close to that. I can't see. What are y'all thinking? Definitely not yellow.
No.
Let's do like a gold. Yeah, like a golden glitter.
So I was thinking about doing a red lip.
So that wouldn't work.
You wanted to tie it.
Well, you want what? Okay, so like an orange.
Oh no, I could do like this one or this one.
Well, you want it in red, so probably that one.
Yeah. Okay. Keep talking. Sorry.
So it was like, but yeah, ultimately that's what I want to do. I want to give to the community. I want to.
After he's done with that, we'll talk about mine.
I want to help people build themselves back up. I want to build the foundation for people to have something that they can know that it's trusted, it's there. We'll have your back all the way. We'll have a whole team, and just to be able to help you get to where you once were. And it's not going to be easy. It's all going to be like a non-profit organization. And there's a lot of details that I don't want to divulge into, just because I don't want to bore any of y'all. But that's just one of the dreams. And I again, money is the ruler of all evil. And I don't, like, I want to give this amazing life to my kids. And every parent that has kids, all they want to do is spoil their kids. They want to be able to give them everything that you can. You want to give them the best life. You want to, just everything that you as a parent wants to do for your child. And in today's world, it's hard. You can't, you need a whole village just to even make it, it feels like sometimes. And, it just kind of sucks. But that's why I want my dreams and inspirations to be not just for me, but to others, so they can see, like, dang, these people, like, it's to them it just seemed so easy, but it wasn't. Behind the scenes, it's a lot of grinding. It's a lot of retakes and videos. Sometimes you make a video and you think it's great, but then you notice something came up and you can't ever post that video, or you do post it and YouTube or a different platform shuts it down because of what it seems like you're portraying the video to be, but not in the context that you wanted it to be in. And so there's a lot, and that could be discouraging sometimes. So it's a constant grind, it's a constant hustle. Don't quit just because it's hard, because quitters don't make it very far. Fake it till you make it, they say. So, that's enough about me. What about the lady? Stupid.
So, he was talking about
Let me get something to drink.
his upbringing, so to speak. And he got to travel. He got to do the fun things like going on vacations to Florida or Georgia or Colorado. I never got that luxury. Whenever I was a kid, we weren't that fortunate. We got to go to like Six Flags in Arlington or something like that. But I'm a Texas girl. I've been in Texas my entire life. I have been out of Texas. I don't know that I could count church. I mean, at this point, I guess I could. But
we go to Oklahoma.
We go to Oklahoma
every
for
Sunday.
church. But we live in Texas. But like I've been to Oklahoma and I've been to New Mexico, and that's it.
Oh man, if y'all made it this far in the video, let us know down below where you're watching this from, because that would be really cool.
But like for me, I've always wanted to be able to travel. I've wanted to be able to see the beach. When he and I first got together, I had never been to a beach. So for me, that's a big thing. I want my kids to be able to enjoy that lifestyle as well. Because I never got it. And
Well, I think the cool thing about that is that, like, being the parent and being in that situation and having that mindset, I think it's really, really, really cool that not also are you striving to give your kids that lifestyle, but you get to grow up and live in it with them while they're growing up. And I think it's just really cool. Sorry.
Well, that's where I was going.
Dang it, I'm sorry.
But yeah, a little bit about me is I was born and raised in Texas. I mean, I didn't have those luxuries or opportunities, but I want to. And, he asked me where I would want to live. To me, I don't care. It doesn't matter. As long as I have my family and my home, that's all that matters.
Anywhere can become your home. Fact.
So when he asked me that, and that was my answer, at first he was not okay with that answer. But I just want to make people happy. That's all I've ever wanted out of life, was to make people happy. And so hopefully I can achieve that in my lifetime.
Yeah. Well, and my biggest thing was, like, she didn't have, like, any designated spot. Like, there was nothing. She always thought she was just going to be this Texan girl, always living in Texas, never leaving Texas,
Go ahead.
not being able to travel the world, or any of these things. What were you going to say, huh?
I was just going to say, like, I remembered where I was at, which was
Oh.
I had never seen a beach before.
Oh, yeah.
I had just been in Texas.
And mind you, our daughter, never did either.
And so me and him moved down south for a little bit, and that was the first time
We're
me
in
seeing
Texas,
a beach.
by the way. Oh, I think we.
I already said that.
Oh.
It was the first
Awesome.
time me ever seeing a beach, which, if you've seen a Texas beach, like, but you've seen any other type of beach, this beach is not.
You definitely ain't at the Bahamas. I'll say that much. Hey,
It
the
has
South
its pretty
Padre.
days, though. It has its pretty days.
Yes, some days the water is
But-
really calm. There's very little current, and I love those days because we went down to the Bluff.
What am I thinking?
I know. You're thinking here.
I was about to say
Like
Carpenter's Bluff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bluff.
The Bluff, but
Is
when
it
you get
called
onto
the
the jetty,
Flower Bluff.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get on the jetty, and I remember her face the first time she
Oh,
ever.
no, that was North Padre, babe. That
Okay.
was past the bluff.
Okay, so North Padre. And the first time that she ever saw a sea turtle, y'all, I can't make this up. She was like ready to cry because it was like the prettiest thing. And of course, these sea turtles aren't like full grown sea turtles. If you ever been to South Padre or Corpus Christi area and you went out to those jetties, you know what I'm talking about. They're they're big, but they're not giant. And it was, I mean, they were everywhere, by the way. On this day, they were just by the dozens everywhere, eating the seagrass growing up on the jetty rocks. And yeah, go on. Sorry, I have that tendency. I take over.
Tendency.
Look, English is my second language, okay, so forgive me.
Anyways, so for me, I didn't have a destination. I still don't. As
No.
long as I'm with my family, I don't care where it is. But he loves the ocean.
I love outdoors, anything.
And so I told him, okay, well, I won't be picky about that, but one thing I will be picky of is it will not be in the city.
Oh no,
It
we live in the
has to
city
be
right
in
now,
country.
and it's probably as close as we can get to the lake, and I absolutely hate it. If you're a city person, more power to you. I don't understand it. I probably will never. And the country life with a little bit of ocean, that's my vibe all the way. And I've always told her I'm gonna build her dream house. We're gonna have a nice 1-story, 2-story house with a picket white fence and on the property. We're gonna have a wraparound porch, probably go around the whole house. And then, but I want it out in the country, but I also want it where it's close enough to the ocean to where if we're like, hey, let's just load up, let's just go, and it's like, 30 minutes or so down the road, or whatever. Like, I'm okay with it. But for where we are now, just to Galveston, it's like 5.5 hours depending on traffic.
Freaking forever away.
And, but it's not that bad. But it's not like, you're off Friday or you're off Saturday, and then you have church on Sunday. It's not ideal. I mean, I guess you could if you want to, and then just drive all the way out there, hang out for a couple hours or a few hours, and then drive all the way back. To me, I'm like, that's if I go, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna plant my butt in the sand, and I'm just gonna build the sand castle I can live in
For a little while.
for a little bit until the sea rises or a bad storm comes in and waves just crash over my wall that I built, and then I might be drowning in some sand. Might.
Maybe.
Yeah. But if y'all have never been in the ocean or at the ocean or a coastline and a traumatic tropical storm comes, not a hurricane, a tropical storm, which is, I feel like, just as bad, it's miserable. We went camping one time and there was a storm. Mind you, on the weather, there was literally no
Indication at all.
of any type of system coming in. A beautiful day.
Excuse me.
And it's called Mustaine Island. If y'all know, you know. And beautiful white sandy beach. Water sometimes is clear, sometimes it's not. But that's probably the prettiest beach that I've seen in a really long time. And we got camp set up. Everything was going. I planned on going night fishing, try to catch a shark or something, just vibing out there. Well, we ended up going to bed. I don't know if it was the first night or the second
That was
night.
the first night.
Oh, that makes it even worse. And we were on vacation during this time, and we were just like, let's just go do it. Yeah, let's have a heyday with it. We get everything set up. Everybody's rinsed off, took showers, got in our tents, and we ended up waking up,
I had to go to the bathroom.
and or maybe that's what it was. She had to go to the bathroom. She woke me up, and Was it after you came back?
Yeah, we walked to the bathroom, or I walked to the bathroom. You stayed.
Yeah. And I guess when she came back, we probably lay down.
I was laying down for like not even 5 minutes, and everything
went south. I mean, when it couldn't go anywhere. The tent completely pretty much broke. Winds were probably blowing 40 to 60 miles an hour. Part of the tent on the back side where the daughter was, which is like over here, and we were over on this side. It was like
we had a
divided
12-person tent,
and the backside collapsed. And when the wind's blowing, she's laying there, and the tent's just like, oh, the tent's like literally just slapping her in the face. Child is dead asleep, doesn't even wake up, and I'm like, oh my God,
completely unfazed.
And so I'm like, I don't know what's coming. Like, this is a significant storm, and I'm looking at the radar, and there's no letting up. It looks like it's getting worse as it comes in.
And it literally showed up out of nowhere.
And I did. I told her, I was like, oh, welcome to the coast, where storms just pop out of nowhere. I mean, that's more Florida, but and so we were discussing like, oh man, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So I tried to push everything as much as I could over onto that corner side, and it just, the tent was literally like falling apart. I mean, it was just getting shredded to nothing. Sand was blowing. It felt like needles. It was pretty intense, and it was still kind of raining. It wasn't pouring down rain. It was a lot of wind than it was rain. Well, we ended up ultimately making the decision, let's just pack up. We're sleeping in the car. Didn't really have anywhere else to go. I mean, home was 45 minutes away, but for the way the storm was looking, I was like, no, we're just going to ride it out. So I got the kids up, put them in the car.
It was only Ellie at that time.
Oh, okay. It was only the one daughter. So got her up. When she woke up, she was freaking out automatically, like, oh my God, what's going on? And so got her in the car.
She actually asked if it was a hurricane.
And you know, kids in bad storms are like, oh my God, are we gonna die? You know, and so at the time I was like, yeah, we're just gonna put some stuff up. Well, as I'm taking things out of the tent, I feel like the storm's getting worse, but I couldn't really tell because the more things I was taking out, the more the tent was trying to like take sail. And so at one point I just got frustrated with it all, trying to take my time with it, and I just was telling her, I'm gonna just take everything out, you put it in the car, and I'm just gonna collapse this tent down. And there was so much sand on this tent, there was so many things wrong with it that I don't know if we ended up just giving it away or buying a new one, or what exactly we did with it. And
I gave it away. I mean, it was covered in sand. It was disgusting. So I was just like, if you want it, you can have it. Nothing was broken on it though.
okay.
Sorry. The baby came to get him really quick.
So yeah, I mean, we've had a couple interactions. We were actually, I think it was last year, 2 years ago. We were down on Oklahoma side at one of the parks.
Oh, whenever we helped all those people.
Yeah, and I forgot what we were doing. I think we were just out there to hang out with some friends. We were delivering an order?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we were delivering an order, and we noticed that, yeah, like the clouds looked pretty aggressive, but it didn't look like it was even slightly coming our way. After we delivered it, we were hanging out with some friends in that area and that run that park, and we noticed that the storm was getting a lot closer. It started drizzling, the wind started picking up quite significant, and ultimately I was like, okay, look, honey, we gotta go. Well, we get back in the car. We're going back to Texas, and
to get to Texas, you have to drive over the dam of the Red River.
Right. And I remember we weren't even on the bridge. We were not on the bridge yet. We were just getting onto the bridge to cross over. Or the dam. I don't know why I'm calling it a bridge. And then all of a sudden, up in the sky, you can see vaguely, but it just flying over there was a neon green kayak. Like just flying in the air, a couple 100 feet up. And I'm like, is that a kayak? And she was like, oh my God, it is. And within minutes, if not seconds from me saying that, I mean, it was just like everywhere. Everything got chaotic really quick. I was having a hard time keeping the car on the road at this point.
I was having a hard time breathing.
And I was like, I don't know, rather to pull over. Everybody in front of us, there's people they're pulling over off the side of this, the dam. And it's only 2 lanes. There's not shoulders to pull off at. And so we're all traveling at like 3 miles an hour because you can't see anything in front of you. I mean, it was just solid. And so ultimately I was like, we're going to keep pushing through. And at one point, I think I did stop for just a few seconds. And then I remember it clearing up enough. I mean, it was still pouring down rain, but it was still clearing up. And we get to Texas and it's drizzling. And I'm like, holy cow, what was that? And when we got to Texas, I remember we turned around over by the generators and you could just see the sky in the back, like looking back into Oklahoma. And it was like this dark grayish green. I mean, it looked scary. If y'all have never been in a tornado, probably a good thing. I've been through hurricanes, and it's so funny because someone like me and someone like her, completely different. I told her I would much rather live through a hurricane, mainly because I know what to expect and I know how crazy it can get. But then she's like, I'd rather go through a tornado.
I used to live in West Texas. Tornadoes are a thing all the time.
And so I'm like, I'd rather, depending on where you live in the area, like if you live right on the coastline, you probably hightail it, you know, and get to higher grounds as fast as you can, safely. And a tornado, I mean, it was that fast. So we saw the clouds and we're like, oh my God. And
his biggest thing is because there's prep time for a hurricane.
Yeah. And so we see it and we're like, oh my gosh. So we turn around, I'm shagging butt back and I'm seeing already there's trees knocked over. And I'm like, did we just go through a tornado? Like, did we just drive through the tornado? Because again, I remember at one point the car got really, really shaky. It almost felt like it was trying to get off the ground or off the road or push us off. And if y'all know that area, it's literally... it was... Sorry, our baby's in here now. It's how high is it?
What?
How high is our lake? I mean, our dam?
The dam? I'm not sure. Go watch Paw Patrol and Mommy will do your makeup in a minute, okay?
No.
Yeah.
No.
How tall is the Denison Dam? Let's do some educational things about this. So the Denison Dam is a max height of 165 feet, 50 meters. 165 feet. Can you imagine driving and then feeling like you're gonna get picked up and thrown 165 feet off the ground? Like, that's crazy. The top elevation is 670 feet above the main sea level. Like, y'all, it was a scary situation. So we finally get to the park and our buddies were at the gate and they're like, we just went through a tornado. Like, we have counts and counts of people. We have counts and counts of people calling, saying that their trailers, luckily no trailers flipped, but there was almost every single trailer was off their, what is it, their jacks?
Yeah.
Or the jack tongues were bent over and broken. I remember we were driving through and trees everywhere. People are trying to pick up tree limbs that are just blown. Oh God!
I think it smells wonderful. But
It's in my mouth.
It doesn't taste wonderful, but this is what I'm using.
It's super pretty though. Look at that. Look at that. You gotta shake it.
Yes.
Look at that. Now, it looks pretty without it. Anyway, without shaking it, it's like, and so we got enough of that.
Yeah.
My goodness. And hopefully that's healthy to intake. And so
You want me to spray you?
we're trying to do our best to help as many people as possible. I swear to you, I can't remember exactly where it was at the park, but I remember taking a turn, and I remember these little girls were outside playing, and this, I don't know if it was mom, grandma, it's besides the point, but they were like, you're safer being outside when there's a tornado than in an RV. Now I can see where it's like a 50-50 chance, right? You're in an RV, tornado comes through, smashes your RV, shreds it to nothing, and you're in the middle of it. You get splinters, cuts, bruises, the whole 9 yards. Life could be 0 to 100 real quick. But why would you tell these like kids about say hi to everybody about that size? She's like, what? Why would you tell them that they need to be outside? Why would you tell them that it's safer to go outside? Now, statistically, I don't know if that's true or not. That's your own judgment. That's your own opinion. That's your own decision. But I have 3 beautiful girls, and I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine putting my children outside when the wind's blowing 80 to 110 miles an hour. Trees are blasting out of the ground. RVs are sliding off their jacks, breaking off. Anyway, I was raging. I was upset. And people were picking up limbs. I don't know, every park ranger or whatever they called, excuse me,
You didn't like that.
we're out and about checking up on people, making sure everybody was okay, if ambulance needed to be there, air life needed to be there. I don't know how these people were able to get their
That one smells good.
trailers back on the tongue of the truck, because the RVs and campers were completely demolished. Like, they were not like broken to pieces, but like their tongues or their jacks or whatever was just bent. Like, it's here's the ground, this is the jack, and it's like this, and the tongue that connects to the ball hitch literally is on the ground, bent. So how they got it up and how they could bend it back to where it can snug back onto the, y'all, blew my mind. I was devastated. I mean, and these trees, giant. It'd be like more than what I can wrap my arms around. I mean, it would probably take 2 people, 3 people just to even wrap their arms around this tree. Literally just blew over like it was nothing. And it was a wild experience. Here it is, almost midnight, and we're making a video right now. But hey. So scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Be nice to my wife. I know. Be nice to my wife. Yes. Get up on that camera. So this is just one of her looks. She has many of looks, if that makes sense. That's not.
I don't usually do a red lip.
I feel like it's not horrible. I'm not saying it's like, but it is really good. And again, this is her first time. She was so hesitant on making a video or trying to the idea of it because she's not terrified, but she's uncomfortable with being in front of a camera. It's not. If you ever picked up your phone and literally try to make a video and talk to yourself and try to figure out what to talk about and how you're gonna execute the video, like, it's awkward. It's literally awkward. And knowing that you're just talking to yourself, but regardless of that, it's her first time, and I think she did absolutely wonderful. Well, my bad. Okay, excuse me.
My face wasn't in the camera most of the time. So.
No, but hey, little steps by little steps. This is just episode 1 of many. But all you see is this little child's ponytail.
It's a bun.
Or bun.
Hi, Daddy. It's a bun.
It's a sloppy bun.
Did
Anyway.
Mommy give baby a sassy bun? Yes, I did.
But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave a comment. Let her know how she did. And hope you guys enjoyed some of the stories and what kind of inspirations we have and what we hope for in life. And hope that you guys, whoa, she almost fell off. Hopefully y'all stick around and
this one.
let's build a community. Let's start off going strong, and we will do our best. And once I start my channel,
This one.
we'll go from there, and we'll keep you guys informed. But right now, this is the first one, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till then,
Tell
see you-
everybody bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait, you're looking at yourself.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. He just broke my damn straw.
Who likes James Charles?